Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lindy, aka Paleobarbie, and this recipe today is going to be for keto French toast casserole. I've been looking for a way to make this make a keto version of this that is a little bit less carby than some of the other versions out there, and I found it and figured it out, and I'm going to share it with you today. So hit that bell if you are new, and subscribe, and hit that like button, and we will get started with the video. For this recipe, you're going to need a casserole dish. I don't know what size this is. I'm assuming this is probably a 9 by 6 or something like that. But use what you have. I'm going to use 1 loaf of the protein sparing modified fasting bread for this. If you are using other types of keto bread, you can just adjust based on how full it looks, but that is what I'm going to use for this recipe. So make sure you spray your pan before you start. This is my loaf. I just cut it up into cubes. Some of them are bigger than others. I'm going to separate that one. And just spread it all in here like so. All right, so for this part of the recipe, you're going to need 8 eggs. You're going to need I think a cup of almond milk. I'll check my recipe in a second and tell you. A cup of almond milk, a 1/4 cup of sweetener. I'm using allulose for my choice. You can use what you want. You're going to use as much cinnamon as you want. I am running low, so I may go ahead and add some of this apple pie spice from Primal Palette because it does have cinnamon in it along with some other things. But you can do what you want. And I'm going to add vanilla to this mixture. So I'm going to put all of this in this bowl, get it going and mixed up. So if you are in the beginning of your keto journey, or you are wanting more fat in your diet, you can use heavy cream instead of the almond milk. It'll make a richer casserole, but I am in a calorie deficit and trying to save where I can, so I'm going to be using the almond milk instead. So we are going to go with that. All right, so I've got all my ingredients mixed together, and I was right, it was a cup of almond milk that I had written down on my recipe. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the bread mixture and make sure that all of it is coated really well, and then we're going to make a topping in there. But now I need to just kind of mix it in to make sure that all the sides of all of the bread are covered in the mixture. This is a great recipe to make and stick in the oven overnight, like let it soak in all this yumminess. And it is absolutely, I found out after I made this, that it's even better left over because it has time to really marry all the flavors together. So we're going to get this all mixed in good, and then we're going to make our topping. All right, for our topping, you need 3 tablespoons of the brown sugar replacement. I use the Swerve brand. They have Lakanto, whichever one you want to use. And then you're going to use 4 tablespoons of softened butter, and then some pecans, however many you would like on top. Or you could use another nut of your choice. I like pecans because they are less carbs than other nuts as far as, you know, the total. Oops, upside down, so I can't really show you. But these are just chopped pecans from Aldi. And I'm going to put the recipe in the description down below. And you can make adjustments as far as your macros and what you want to add to it. But I'm going to mix this up and then add pecans on top of that as well. So let me get this mixed up and I'll show you what we're doing. So it's all mixed up. I'm going to spread this over the top of the casserole and then add my pecans. So I've got that spread over the casserole, and now I'm going to sprinkle it with the chopped pecans. I estimated in my macros when I put this recipe together in MyFitnessPal that it was about 1/2 tablespoon per serving, and this is going to make 6 servings. So I'm not putting a lot. If you wanted to put more, you can, and just adjust your macros accordingly in your whatever you use. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on here. All right, so this is going to go in an oven, 375 preheated oven for 30 to 40 minutes depending on your oven. And I've got the pecans on there. Now I'm just going to stick this in there and let it get all yummy and golden brown. All right guys, it's all done. Doesn't that look delicious? And I like to serve it with Chalk Zero maple syrup. You can serve it however you want. You can put whipped cream on top of it, whatever syrup you use, yada yada. But like I said, it's super good if you let it sit in the fridge overnight before you make it, or even after. It's great for leftovers. So this is going to make 6 servings, and this will be something I can eat on all week for breakfast. But make sure you guys try this and let me know down below what adjustments you make. Like I said, you could use whatever kind of bread you want. I switched this recipe up from other ones I've seen some of my friends make, the anabolic versions, because I cannot have a lot of the breads at the store that are so-called keto or whatever, because they have wheat and gluten in them, and I can't have them. So I that's why I'm choosing to use this type of bread. There are a couple of grain-free breads that I can use, but they're very expensive. So this is just a much cheaper and also leaner version for me, and better for me with the grains. So let me know if you try this down below, and let me know what you think of it. And I will see you guys in the next video.